Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera, and Nate is in the house, and he's down on the front of the engine working and putting in timing chain cover, taking off the harmonic balancer, putting that all back on. There is a sequence to that sort of stuff that you want to pay attention when you're doing it, and Nate knows how to do it, so I feel really good about it. What I'm doing over here is I've got the firewall of the car cut out of the 40. And basically, if I would have known right from the beginning, you know, I probably would have just chawed it all off and started this way. But basically, I've never done this before, put the 460 this far back inside of the car. So I'm figuring it out as I'm going. We're taking baby steps, which is going really good. We've got the firewall studded up in the inside the car. We have the cowl faced in square stock. I just faced it. You see me do it yesterday. Just put this side on. I put that side on, welded it all the way up along the edge so it's tight and right. Now, what I'm thinking is when the engine goes in, we had a couple exhaust manifold or a couple exhaust ports come out here, and we had a couple come in back here. There was a couple things that I was thinking. We could either take the firewall off and we could come in from the inside and get at them spark plugs and them two exhaust ports. Or we cut this back really close in here so we have some room so we can get in there. So there's going to be exhaust here that's going to be able to escape. There's going to be exhaust here that we showed when we put the steering on that it's not going to be able to escape. We're going to have to do something here, obviously. We're going to have to maybe run the exhaust through it or whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cap this. I'm not going to take this piece out. This piece is a brand new piece of metal. It's got a little flash rust on it. It's brand new. It's okay. It's excellent. It's really showing, it's keeping the A-pillar tight up to on the cowl. I'm just going to lay a piece over top of it. We're going to run it to the A-pillar just like this piece, but we're going to run it to square stock in the front to make this nice and clean. Where I have square stock all the way up around here, I want to make that clean all the way around. We're going to have one firewall on the inside, and probably there's going to be something else on where the engine part, the compartment is. I have made, let's go through this a little bit here. I have made a bunch of panels. Just going to show you. So we have this panel here. This is probably the panel that I'm going to put in for this period of time that we're going to show. I have this one here. So I just took a piece of cardboard, obviously, a piece of Bristol board, put my magnet on it, and then I come in and I traced it on the back side, and then I cut it out. So there's that piece. Then we have this piece. What I had to do, you can see up inside here, there's the dash bolts on. There was a piece that was right here and come around. It was kind of a gusset. It actually was a gusset, and it came up to the dash part. And I took and cut that off because I want to make this shape all the way around and make it right. Let's see if we can get this figured out. So I got this going on. I got a mark right here where that piece ended. I got a mark right there, and I got a mark right there where it ended in this side. So we're just going to stick this up in there, going the other way. Don't know if this is the best way to put it in or not, but that fits up in there. See if I can get it up in there. Well, this is what we're going to do, actually. We're going to try to put this piece in. Comes up in there like so. And then we're going to run it with the dash, and then we'll cap that off. So that goes in there nice and right like that. So this will be welded to the dash piece up here. This will be welded to the square stock up here. When we look inside this car, it's going to be beautiful because it's going to be one nice flat piece of metal on the inside. I'm not going to do no bead rolling, no step panel inside there. I want that nice and flat, tight and right. I'm not going to do anything in the center yet because I'm not sure exactly what's going on yet. But these pieces here, I think I can get in to fit in quite nicely. And it'll just give me a nice smooth area where the engine is. When the engine goes in, we're going to have to probably dig our way through that. And what I mean dig our way through it, when we find out where we want to cut the hole, we'll have to cut the hole that a piece I put in. We'll have to cut this piece here, no doubt in my mind, cut a hole in that. And then we'll have to come on the outside and cut where the fender's bolted on. Basically, that's what I'm thinking is going to happen, not saying for sure. It could actually turn down and maybe go through this. Not sure. On this side, I'll say no because we have our steering there. or we can put the steering over top, doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is once we get that engine in, and then we can figure out where the exhaust is going to go, because it has to be figured out. If we gnaw a hole all the way through the edge, through this part, I just stick something in there and case it, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, we'll get to that. I got that panel to do. I got that panel. We've got the firewall. You've seen the firewall. You've seen the dash. I've also made these panels. So we got a panel here. Got a piece of metal that goes in like that. And then we have that piece. Just gonna lay that there. Then I also have this piece. And the panels are the dash, side of the console. I have that piece cut. I have the piece cut up for the front, and I have the other two pieces cut for the other side. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to take a little time. I'm not going to apply this stuff yet. I'm going to apply the outside first, I think. You know, and I have to keep in mind which comes first. Also, go ahead, Nate, with the door shutting, with this door shutting part, I'll say it now, but I'm sure that someone's going to say, what about the door latches? Have not got no door latches right now. Have not got anything. Not going to use what was in the bag over there. It's a little bit, I don't know what to say. I'm going to use the bear claw latches. And what happens with the bear claw latches, you generally have to cut out and weld their section of metal in that they have. They have their latch that screws to, they have it all bolted to a piece of metal, and they have the placement not there. It has a little cage on the back. I think you cut a piece out and then you apply that piece. So if I cap this all in, when I get the bear claw latches, I'm going to have to cut it out anyways. So it does not matter. I'm just basically covering it over. Do not care about this stuff right now. Just want to get that going. So I'm going to use probably the bear claw latches. And we were into Princess Auto, I think. And these little things are pretty cool. You know, if you want to have a door opener of some sort, where we've got suicide doors, we got a big engine. Might be a nice safety lock. Might be. But I want to cut this piece and see if I can get one side of this done. You watch me weld up the square stock on this side. Didn't watch me do that one, but I made the pattern for this side, so I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cover that side. Let's do it. Get a piece of metal. See what we got. This one here looks sort of like a sign, and I didn't feel like cutting the piece of metal because I might make a sign out of it, but right now I'm going to make a car, so I'm going to use it. Right, baby? Right? So we're just making panels right at the present moment and trying to get things looking good. If you look good, you might have a chance of feeling good, maybe. See what happens. We'll get that straight edge going first. We'll take as much as we can. My glasses, and that's sharp down there. I just had my glasses, I know I did. I'll grab another pair. Right there. So if you're making something, the pattern is first on the list. And the reason I'll say it's first on the list is because it's easier to cut paper than it is metal. Like I can go for it and try to cut a piece of metal, try to slide in there. But to be honest with you, metal doesn't cut with scissors. It doesn't bend as easy as paper. So I suggest get your pattern thing going and then make it out of metal. And then you will be very, very, very happy when you're done, because you can add to the paper, take away from the paper, you can do everything you want with it and throw it away when you're done, just as long as you got the right pattern for the metal. I'm going to cut that out. I can cut that out many different ways. I'm going to cut that line on the shear back there just because I can. It's a mess. Nope. Let's get a zip cut going.
I'm so happy.
Are you so happy, Nate? That's what Nate's got going on the front there. Change the timing chain and change the cover for the short water pump on a V8 Chevy. That's what happened. That's basically the trauma he got into. And you can tell that's a short nose water pump, how close it is compared to the other ones. It really is a distance away. And, you know, I always thought Chevy was the best for interchanging parts, but let's face it, Ford and Chevy have their ups and downs, and they're just a little different in different ways. Nathan is a Ford man, but I'm not sure after he gets working on all these Chevys how he's going to make out. I don't know how he's going to make out. I just did. Don't tell anybody. All right. Let's get this rock and roll here. Alrighty, we got her cleaned off. Let's take off the sharp part. Yeah, it's totally 100% worth making a paper first. 100%. It's too bad that we have to clean the metal, but to be honest with you, it's been sitting back there for a while, and I'm just going through the smaller stuff that I have and making them pieces. Not really interested in getting into a full sheet if I don't have to, and I'm not going to. Thank everybody for coming back. We really appreciate it. Thank everybody for, paying attention and, having their opinion. Let's face it, it's all a person really has, isn't it? This is going this way. Good. We'll clean both sides though. Just why not? do the hokey pokey. Turn it all around. I'm just gonna do this. Was fun. We'll do it, I guess. Polish the whole thing. Let's face it, before you apply anything to a piece of metal or to anything, it should be sanded. And I feel like that's a great little tool to get a piece of metal ready for something. I'm not, what can I say? Sometimes I go a little quick and do not get my metal ready for prep. That's why I generally want to sandblast stuff in the end before I'm done. But this piece is going in here, I'm hoping. Sure it is, I'm gonna make it. What I'm going to do is I'll get it fitting in there I got some C-clamps, we'll get it fitting, and then we can draw the edges, what we don't like. What I mean by draw the edges we don't like is trace off where it's not fitting, and then we can go from there. Like we can trace it off and sand it up. What's that, sweetheart? Can I get you a light? You light up my life, sweetheart. Julie wants a light. I can stick that in there for you, sweetheart. Put it on there. Stick this in here. All I want to do is, I want to make, see how when I go down to the corner like that, when I go down there, you got a bunch of well going on there. I'm going to knock a little bit off that, just so that goes down there nice. Goes down there a little bit better. Other than that, let's get a little grinder and get that knocked off there a little bit. I'm going to try this bad boy. Don't know if it's going to do it or not. That's just metal that's going to get stuck in there. Does not matter. It's not doing anything. It's not holding us up. It's not doing anything. There we go. I'm all right with that. Let's do this. Don't want to use vice grips on that sort of stuff. And the reason you don't want to use vice grips on that sort of stuff is because you bruise it. As soon as you, let's face it, as soon as you hit it with a hammer or squeeze the metal too tight, you are going to bruise your metal. And it's a hard thing to get out, especially if you want to do a nice job. See, I can knock that off. Especially if you want to do a nice job putting it on there. You don't want to hit that with a hammer. You start hitting that with a hammer, then you'll have a dent in it. And then when you got a dent in it, and then when you try to fix it, then you got a spot that you've stretched. So if you can make it fit without hitting it with a hammer, you're way further better. You're way better. Just trying to see how that's going to fit in there. I'm just going to have to do it on the top. You can see how when I did that, how the metal bent funny, and just matter which end I push first. Now it fits. Seems to fit fine. Just go easy on that. We went down around too bad. If you want to come take a look, we've got good metal there. I just want to knock that down some, maybe. Just want to make that fit good. Just saying we got enough metal from this edge here, we can shave a little bit off. Just want to knock this down a little bit. I just want it to fit good down there, that's all. Okay, we're fitting good down there. That's what I want. That's what I want. We're fitting good up there. We're fitting pretty good there. We got to look, see how that would almost dent that. you can see like time it's got so much pressure on there, there'll be a spot there that you'll notice that I won't like, and it's reason because it's squeezed on so tight. All right, we're basically on our line right there. We're on our line there. I'm going to tack it in place. Just going to look it over for a second. The only reason I'm going to tack it in place is because I can tack it in place, let off let off these, and then I can shave that off as I go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to nail it on in places where it's right, like maybe even make a place that looks right, like this. Shave that off. You know what I mean? Make it look right. I can't come over this side if you will. See how the metal is on top of the square stock? If I weld that metal on top of that square stock, then I have a big poopy weld on top of the square stock. I want to get the weld on the edge of the square stock. That way there, I'm able to grind it off and make it look nice. Let's turn the welder on screw right behind you. I'm okay with that. I think I'm just going to go with it. I take it in and out, but there's no need. There's no need. Let's turn this on. Get a pair of gloves on. I don't think there's any need. I'm going to have to clean up this side before I weld that on there. That's fine. We're just going to tack it on where it fits. And that's it. Wouldn't tack it on any other place at all. Fits everywhere. We're nice and tight right here. Boy. Keeping in mind at all times, what am I keeping in mind at all times? Ah, she said it. Trying to keep my spot welds in the same distance apart. I mean, sometimes it's a hard thing to remember, but once you keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it, you won't forget. It's a game of repeat. This is a game of repeat. I'm gonna weld that right there. Watch it be a dent there. Well, a little bit of a, gonna go on this side of it. Maybe I can clamp it on tight. Do that. Without hitting the device, the pliers. Yeah. I'm going to just knock in. And I'm going to knock this one on down here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sand that off. No sense in me. Sand that off. Pucker the. Let's go easy on that, Hiltzy. Go easy. The sander. We just want to sand it back so it fits right. Stop it. Losing my grip as I was welding it. Just want to pry that into there a little bit so it fits good. Let's get this pull it in here. Just right over top of that well, like it's where it's hitting it. Just want to knock it in there. Bop, bop. I had a hammer right there. Just want to knock it in so it's tight and right. There. We're good. Let's get this right here. That light is, I can't, messing me up. Just leave it for now. Yeah, stop it. Now I'm not going to do the bottom yet. That's on there nice and tight. It's nice. Nice and tight on there. Let's sand this up here. Get that looking right. I didn't take it off. I didn't take it off and sand it. And the reason being is I'm so close where I'm at now. Why bother? So I just kind of left it on, tacked it on a few places and sand it off as I go. Let's sand that off. Watch yourself, sweetheart, I don't want to see. We basically just want to get it in there without any distortion, basically. That's what we want to get in there. We want to get in there nice, flat, smooth, no distortion. Awesome, possum. That's what we want. Nathan heard me. Awesome possum, he said. Just gonna knock that on there. That went through that glove and poked me in the finger. Nice. Youch. Anyways, let's carry on. All right, let's go to the other side. On that side over there, I'm gonna hand this through here. I'm going to take that bad boy in there. So we're looking for. I'm going to clean this. I got this edge I got to clean up right here. I'm going to clean that edge up. Then we're going to pry that on there and we're going to apply it. I'm going to clean that edge up a little bit. Sandblasting will finish it. You can see when I push it in here that I'm a little bit shy. That's where the old, that's where the hinge was. It didn't go in all the way. We'll fix that. All right, I'm just going to tack it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tack it and then I'm going to sand it. And the reason I'm going to tack it and then sand it because I need something to hold it. Actually, let's do this. Going to use these clamps for me to bring it over so it stays tight. Let's start in the middle. One, because I don't think we won't fail if we start in the middle. Now, I'm going to stress to you, I do not want that overhang of metal and then weld it on there like that. I do not want, I'm going to put a little spot of weld on it. I'm going to sand it all back and then I'll end up probably sanding that spot weld off, but I want the metal held on there tight so I can sand it off, basically. So I'm doing something to hold it. And we'll just go. So I can sand that excess metal off that you're visualizing. That's what I want to do. But I got to have it on there so it's right. Let's just, don't want to dent it, just want to make it stay. Now we're going to sand it. Not going to sand them off. I just want to stand in between it and get it so it fits right. What's up? Let's knock it on. Hammerhead. Let's knock it on as I go, and that way there, it's good. Be good. Spot right here. This one on tight. Just gonna knock it on. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Trying to remind myself to try to put my spot welds at the right distance apart. Now I'll be able to grind that one off, and I'll be able to grind that one off. See, I'm not exactly. Let's go up here. Sand this one off. Tight. My welder's not turning into that good. Turn this off. The only reason, like I said, the reason I'm doing that is when I weld that on there, I'll be able to grind that off flush because I know I took the metal back far enough to get penetration. That's what I know for sure. I got that little bit to do. Matters. It matters. I'm going to tell you the reason why it matters. Because when you go to shut that door and you got too much metal there, then it'll matter. Come on, baby. My baby said yes. So, you know it's going to matter. Got a little bit of a... Tap that in just a hair. Start on the heavy stuff first, Chetty, and then that'll work out for you. Go easy. Now we've got a pretty nice piece going in there. Now we have to get up around the top Oh, sorry, I'm probably taking your space, aren't I? What's going on there now? I've got that piece. I don't like that right there where I shook. I'm just grind that weld off for a second. Basically what I want when I grind that off, I want to be able to run my grinder flat on that edge, and know that I've got weld going on there to hold that on in place. That piece there, I'll tack that in here any minute or any time down at the bottom. Now we've got a piece on the top here we're looking at. Let's get my old thinking cap back on. We've got another, I got a thinking cap. Hard to believe, I know. This is the piece, this is a pattern that I said that's going to work up underneath there. I only went to this distance here. I am going to end up cutting this out. This is a dirty looking section here, but it's not hurting anything right now. The engine can go in and out. I'm not doing anything there right now. The time I'm going to do that is when the engine's in, the motor's in, hood's on, and that sort of stuff. We'll end up casing that all in. But this piece here, see that cutout? Goes over there, so it must go like that. And then we got this inside. Then we got this piece here, over here, around that piece, and then we're welding right to that dash piece, this edge. Let's get our piece made, and then see what happens. We need a bigger piece of metal, maybe. That we do. I get a piece of metal. Maybe I cut it out of that firewall.
By mistake.
By mistake? I've done that by mistake. Menti of time. This piece. Guess it don't much matter. Let's do this. Nice. We haven't got one straight line on this panel though. There we go. We'll do that. Just want to look at something. I'm guessing. Let's cut it and try it. I'm going to leave it a little bit long down there. No, it's at the other end. That's the short end. Just want to take a look. Right, where that cutout, where the bar, where I got that little cutout on there, that's the bottom. And I want to make sure I have enough metal to come down on this piece. I got this piece on the side. I want to make sure I got enough coming down, so I'll make it this line here just a little bit longer with another zip cut. How you making it? Sliding along, he says. I used all them grinder discs. Nope, there's one right there.
For the bottom pulley.
That's a pretty little engine.
I had to paint the bolts for the bottom pulley because they were rusty and dirty looking.
Yeah. Pretty. Things are still fighting you though with the brackets that we have. You know, you might have to make something with the brackets to hold the alternator. That sort of stuff is where it gets you sometimes.
Yeah. Different manifolds.
What's that?
Different manifolds change the brackets. All that stuff seems to
Matter, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's cut this piece. left that a little bit long on that end because I don't know. I don't want to be short. That's why. I don't want to be short. Trying to get all the sharp stuff off, if possible. And I'm thinking that this one, I don't think has any rust on it. We can put that one up in there. That goes up in there like so. Let's just sand this side, make it look the same as that one, I guess. My suggestion is to sand it all one way if you can. Yeah, let's get in here and see if we can get that bad boy in there. It looks like a wild curve, but my paper could do it, so I guess the metal can do it. Now, I'm just going to try and bend this a little bit on something before I even try to get it in there. I'm just going to take it over in the... Do you want me to move that for you? I have a curve in there, and just going to take a look here for a second. I've got a curve going right here, quite a tight curve, and my curve is way up in here. I'm above the square stock, so I'm going above the square stock. So I'm going to put a curve in there somewhere. See if I can't make it fit up in there. So we're going above the square stock, and I'm going in the, I'm just gonna, I don't know what to say. It's gonna bend it, I guess. Yeah. You know what I did? Bent it the wrong way. Right? Bent it the wrong way. That's all right, isn't it? Yeah, that's all right. We got it back. No harm, no foul. Bend that down some more. You can see that I want to get this piece. See that piece right there? I want to get that underneath that piece. Let's go like this. It's not round. Let's try it again before I start heaving hoeing on it. Get in here a little bit. Maybe I can push it up around there. That's not bad. See, I got that right on that line there now. It fits really good, but it's hard up against there. And I gotta take a look at that. Take it. Ooh, no, it's not. I got quite a gap going over there, so I gotta. Let's go do it some more. I'm gonna bend it up here for the. That's a bad place to get stuck over there in that bend because you don't know. Isn't it, Nate?
No comment.
No comment. It's a bad place to get caught. Got a little more bend in it. Everything's going good. Everything's going good. There we go. Now we're talking. Now, I'm gonna have enough of this edge over here. I'm gonna have to get over it on this side. Let's do this. Let's clamp this here. because this. All right, just clamp so it holds it. Clamp on this side. Basically, I'm just trying to get this surround. I say this surround, this part here fitting nice or looking nice. You can see I'm inside there a little bit. I don't want that really. No, I don't want that. Ooh. Don't want to bend that too much. That's nice. I like you. I don't like that. Maybe I'll bring that down and put it over top of it, and then we can. It fits up in there nice. It needs a little bit of hammering there. I think I'd rather have it over top and then try to butt it there, because that's what's going to happen if I try to butt it. It's going to take off on me probably. If I lay the metal over top, this metal here over top this metal here will keep me nice and straight. And we can run the zip cut through after. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Bring it down this way. There we go. It stays there. Yep. Nice. Now, if we got enough, got lots in there. It's up in front here is where I need it. Got lots on that side. That's hard up against that, no doubt in my mind. But I want to try to pull that over. I'm going to try to pull it over just a little bit further. Trying to get this metal on that edge nice. I've got lots of metal on that edge. I just want to get it on this edge. Nice spot to weld to. Got a nice edge there. Grind it off nice. Got some left over on that side. Gonna go take a look. Now, let's try to look up. Got a little bit up in there. That's fine. Length. It's nice. Got a nice shape to it. I can take this up. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this up. I'm gonna cut it and grind that to the face of that, so it actually closed it in. We got a little bit of a thing going on there. I think I can tap that with a hammer, or I don't even need to tap that with a hammer. Just kind of. I'm happy the way it's fitting down here, because on that piece of metal, it's holding that piece. I'm going to tack that. I think I'm going to tack it there all the way along the bottom, and then I'm going to work it up and go for it. And I'm just going to tack it on by no helmet. I think just kind of get it held in place. Then we'll sand it to make us happy. Now, I've got quite, if you want to come over this way, see that right there? That big gap? I got that to deal with. But I feel like once I tap it there and tap it there, I'll play with the hammer there and bring that in tight. That's what I plan on doing. And it probably could be pulled back first. Let's do this. Let's try this. See if I can. Maybe I should let that off and try to get that pulled over. It probably would do wonders. I can bend that back with a hammer. I just don't know how it's going to look when I'm done. And I want it to look good. Is what I want it to look. I don't want it to look all beat up. I told you that I don't like beating things with a hammer, but there is a time when it happens. Hammer can be the greatest tool. See that? Pull that over. That just Just pulled that over by doing that. Let's tighten that up a little bit. I laughed too soon, didn't I? I laughed too soon. Let's do that. Yeah, that's good. Let's do this. Don't want to pry too hard. Don't want to bruise anything. Not really, but now we're fitting good. Now, awesome, awesome. Now I can beat the rest of that with the hammer, I'm thinking. All right, we're good in there. Good up in there. Awesome. Let's do it. Not going anywhere. Now. Wire. Do I want to go? I'm going to take this on the other side. I might want.
Is there a shop open? I think the pipe rope's over there on the shelf.
The what?
Pipe rope.
Let's tack this sucker in over here. Nice. Right on the edge. Let's just. I want to weld that, but I don't want to weld the pliers. That makes sense. Sure does. Did I weld the pliers? No. Just going to tack it there. Nope. I'm going to tack it at all. Grab the hammer, just tighten things up a little bit. Nice. All right, we got to get this fitting. I want to take it. I script this or wire this. I'm going to have to tack that on. Probably do better with the channel locks. I'll tack this on here, then I'll have to shave it off. Thanks, baby. Baby got me a let. I'm going to start in the middle. Got a gap going on. Start in the middle. One tack. Two tack. Don't want to bruise the metal. But I want to hold it on there though. Yeah, cool. Stay up there. What I'm looking for. Yeah. Looks pretty good. Just got to shave that off. I'm not going to shave it all off, I'm going to shave off enough that I have enough material left. I do not have to butt weld this on there to make it look. Basically, I am going to, this is what I'm going to do. Where this metal's angled in like this, if I buff this off and try to weld that along there, I'll probably end up grinding off all the weld and it'll take off again. So what I'm going to do is, it welded on fine, just like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in there and I'm going to poke it along and weld it all the way in there like fine, and I'll just grind that off flat. It does not matter if that butts up there because this is being covered. There's nothing coming up in here, you're not going to see anything. Just as long as I go in here and weld that all up, smooth it all up, we'll be fine, because this is getting shoot down there. I got a little piece in here I want to figure out, maybe just get a little punch and knock it in there a little bit tighter. Let's just try that. I'm gonna just go easy with it. I don't have to hit it hard, I just have to hit it. Grab myself a hammer. Don't know if I want to even hit it at all, really. Beautiful. All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to weld all along down here. That'll be welded. Probably will be welded solid. And then I'll weld it again solid. And the reason being is I want this welded in there. I got the firewall coming over here. It's all coming to the same place. I might leave it and then try to get it so we can weld it all together at the same time, just weld it down there once. But this, I'm thinking that this wants to be welded solid. I'm thinking, I don't need if it needs to be welded solid or not, but it needs to be welded there and ground off. I think it's fitting good up front. It's fitting really good. Let's do this then. Let's make the rest of the front fix. See where we get the back. The back is not the crucial part because that's all being covered. Let's get the front to fit. Let's get the front to fit. And that's going to be hammer trick. I don't know if you want to come on the other side, sweetheart. I want to take it over just a little bit further and then see if I can. A little spot for the weld to go. Let's do this. Should stay. Only tacking it where it's tight. We're going to come in there and sand that off and weld that up nice. Sand that off. It's going to sand it off the little excess there. I want it tight. I want it tight. I eat sparks for supper. When you want to weld it where where it's tight. And as you can see, I'm just going every inch. We're not trying to pound it all right in right now. I'm just going an inch. Like that's holding it nice there, holding it nice there, and just go down an inch and then tack it and do another inch. Better spot weld, that's all. Better knock. Want to grind that down just a little bit, and then I'll be happy. Happy, happy, happy. I grind that off, I'll be happier. Knock that on. Alrighty, let's just shut that off for a second. So that's what's going on. You can basically, you should be able to see that what's going on. It's a nice piece of metal, runs right in from the dash all the way around. So that's got to happen this, it's got a nice piece around here, right here. When it comes time for the breather come in there, that's when we'll gather up what we got going on and finish it. But we need this going in, we need this going in, and the reason we need that going in, because when the motor goes in, we want to know where to cut for the exhaust. It's going to be a plasma cutter, and then a plasma cutter to cut the next piece underneath that, and then a plasma cutter on the other side, and then we'll fit something through there that we feel like the exhaust can run through, I think. We'll see what happens, but that's how it's going. So now I just got to weld, not say just, I was trying to make that look as smooth as possible in there, and I think I've done it. But you can see how strong that would be connected to the dash, all tied in there like that. You're not going to see this from the inside of the car, so I don't feel like I need anything in there. Clean was what I need, tight and right. So I got quite a few panels made. So the rest of the day, I'm probably going to end up trying to duplicate this panel on that side with the patterns that we have, bring it up around, do the exact same thing. And then it could be onto the firewall. I got the panels made, but I really am taking off quite fast on this part. Just keep cruising with it, and we'll let you know every bit of the way. So I got to do that. I want to show you people at home Jolene's chair. That's Jolene's chair. Huh? That says it all. Nathan has got the timing chain on. He put a new timing chain on it this morning, put a new gasket around it, put a new timing chain cover on it, and now he's got the pulley harmonic balancer on, got the pulley back on, got the top pulley on. Are things in place?
Yep.
You're going for it, you're just nailing it.
Yep.
So basically what he's trying to find out now is alternator brackets.
Yeah, I want to get the alternator bracket on so I can run the fuel line from the pump up.
Right, so he's got the fuel pump hooked, or fuel hooked up in the back, but it still needs to be hooked up in the front.
Yeah, we're hooked right to the pump now with the filter and everything. We just got to go from the pump to the carburetors now.
I remember people saying that the carburetors weren't hooked up. You unhooked them to make the throttle cable, did you not?
On the one side there, so that's the throttle cable, so throttle side. And then this side over here is where the linkage is all here for the other side.
It's just unhooked until you had this hooked up.
Right.
There's no sense hooking that up until you have that hooked up.
Build a bracket for the kickdown, for the kickdown to run over the throttle. So
basically, what we're going through with this engine here.
We'll set it up so it runs like half throttle on the center carburetor, half, and then the other two will open up after half throttle a little bit.
Right. But basically what's going on here, we're taking this it's out of a Monte Carlo SS 84, 85. We're taking this 305 high output and we're changing it and making it look like it's 60s era. Basically with the dome and the short water pump and the valve pan covers and the ram horn intake. That's what I'm going for. That someone could have built this car back in the 60s or the 50s, because we're not changing anything other than the motor and stuff. And basically this is just Amazon cheap chrome stuff that you can make look good. I'm not sure how long it's going to last, but we're going to take care of it. We're not going to leave it outdoors. Put a little WD on her. But that's basically what we're doing with that. I think it looks really, really good. It's just conquering everything that has to be conquered to make it work, basically.
Did you say you picked up a set of flanges to fit that?
I picked up a set of flanges and they don't fit them.
The bolt pattern.
Yeah, his bolt pattern's different. Got them from a good buddy of Lonnie at the flea market, but don't you worry, Lonnie, we'll use them somewhere else, I guarantee it.
There's enough of them projects here.
There is. Thanks a lot for coming back, everybody. We really appreciate it. I'm going to go for the other side of the inside of the firewall. You come back tomorrow and you see where we're going. I'm not sure. Nathan won't be here tomorrow, I don't think.
Not much walking.
I'm not sure. Anyways, have a great day. Come back tomorrow and we'll be doing the exact same thing, building cars.